Welcome to Baltimore, everybody. Mariners game 2 against the Baltimore Orioles with a lot of fans in tow here. James Paxton, he's taking the mound, looking to turn his last couple of weeks around as we welcome you to Mariner Baseball. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports Crew. Lovely night for baseball. Heat's okay. The humidity's not a factor. Let's take a look at the Mariner batting order that will face Kevin Gausman.
Mariner starting lineup brought to you by Jack in the Box and D. Gordon. His league-leading 20th stolen base in last night's ball game, also drove in a couple of runs. Hitting 6th in the lineup, Denard Span, his 3rd home run since joining the Mariners in last night's game. And Ben Gamel, he will hit 8th, hitting .361 over his last 28 games. Kevin Gausman on the mound, right-hander for the Orioles. A 4.38 ERA. At 88 in the third, he has 84 strikeouts, 24 walks. Opponents hitting .280. He's given up 15 home runs this year. Look at the defense for Baltimore. Former Mariner Danny Valencia will get the start out in right field. Beckham and Davis on the corners. Caleb Joseph will do the catching.
We are ready for action. We get this party started. Gausman, the first pitch of the ball game. Right down on pipe for strike 1.
For Gausman, his average fastball this year, 94 miles an hour. A slider and a split to go with it.
Working from the first base side of the rubber. He fouls it off. D looking to cash in on Gausman, who's given up all kinds of big numbers. Leadoff hitters batting .415 against Gausman this season. Plate umpires Eric Cooper tonight with Gary Cedarstrom, the crew chief at first, Corey Blazer at second, and Stu Sherwater at third. D 2 for 5, couple runs batted in last night. Closing foul. Gausman in 4 previous games against the Mariners, a 1-2 record of 3.04 ERA. Beat the Mariners in Seattle last August 14th, going 7 innings, 2 runs, 6 hits, gave up a home run. So popped up third baseman Beckham taking a look. D making him work.
Well, that last pitch was the split. That's been his best pitch this year. Opponents hitting just 150 off of the split. Occasional slider, but hitting .356 on his fastball this year. He's given up 10 home runs on the fastball.
Mariners 5-3 winners last night in the opener of this series. Felix Hernandez getting the win to go 7-6. He's seen a lot of pitches.
Another split off the plate.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Up the middle. The shortstop Machado just gets him. Nice play. There's that big arm we've seen from Manny over the years at third base.
No, he has one of the best throwing arms in the American League. Look how quickly he gets rid of it because D is running. Still puts a lot on it. It's by about a half a step.
Brings up Gene Segura. 0 for 3 in last night's ball game. Got to find defensive plays. First game since Wednesday of last week at the Yankees.
Kevin Gausman reverse splits. Right-handers hitting .299, so 40 points higher for right-handers than left-handed hitters against him. In large part because of the split.
80 degrees here. Mostly blue skies. Wind blowing out towards left center here. Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Nice job by Segura to spoil that.
Good pitch, 94 miles an hour right on the outside corner.
Ballpark opened in 1992. Spawned a new generation of retro-looking ballparks and a great hitter's ballpark. 2 strikes. Segura missing 10. Infection on his right forearm. He's 1-2 here. First 2 hitters making Gausman throw a lot of pitches.
Well, he wants to get to his off-speed pitch, and for Segura now he has seen the slider and the split.
Mariners are going to be playing. So you look at Buck Showalter, 3-time manager of the year. John Russell is bench coach. Mariners playing without Nelson Cruz, low back tightness, and announced in the 5 o'clock hour. Hopefully Nelly will not miss much time. Mitch Haniger on deck. Mitch originally in the lineup in center field, but with the scratch, outfield will be Gamble, Moretti, and Haniger. Pitch to Gene, and he hits it through the hole past the diving Beckham. Base hit.
Good at that.
It's hit number 100 for Gene Segura. Second most in the American League. Altuve at 109.
And he wins the battle. 7 pitches in the at-bat. Had to lay off some tough pitches down out of the strike zone. But finally gets a fastball that he can handle. And hits it through the left side.
Here's Mitch Haniger. 2 for 4. Sack fly last night. First time he's seeing Gausman. Ball 1. It's good luck at what the Mariners have done away from home. 6th best road winning percentage in the bigs. Segura with 14 stolen bases. He runs. He got a great jump. Here's the throw down to second. Wide. Oh, it still got him on the back. Second base umpire Corey Blazer. And he got him on the lower extremities before he got in there. And he's caught stealing.
Pretty good jump. A strong throw by Joseph, even though it was up the line. Still able to tag him. He was clearly out. Still a foot away from the base. Primera Supermo. The dive and tag. Great play by Scope.
Check swing by Mitch. 2 strikes. Gausman out of Centennial, Colorado, 27 years old. Delivers low. 2-2. Two outs and nobody on. A 2-2 pitch here. Hit hard into the gap, right center field, going back, and it's at the base of the fence. Extra bases for Haniger as Valencia gets it back in. Line drive double, 14th double for Mitch, and a 2-out base runner for the Mariners here in the first.
Another good example of how much power Mitch has. Primera Supermo squaring up the fastball. Valencia just enough time to turn around and pick it up on the warning track. Just a line drive, screaming line drive out to right center.
Talking to Scott Service about Kyle Seager, the Mariner third baseman, said he is getting pitches to hit. Just wait for him to really start to tear some things up like we're used to seeing him.
Talked to Edgar about him today, and Gar was saying basically the same thing. It was on the fastball. He says he's getting the fastball to hit. Unfortunately for Kyle right now, he's fouling it off and not squaring it up and putting it into play. But he thinks that what he's seeing, it's getting better for him. This would be a good time for him to get hot with the way the schedule is.
Tonight would be a good night with Nelly out.
Well,
2-0.
he has shown this some discipline, and that split is just down out of the strike zone to get himself into a good count. As far as that goes this year, that has not been a problem as far as chasing. He's having one of his better years, but just needs to square up the fastball.
Fouled back.
There's a fastball, 92. It's on the outside corner. That's so important to this club. See what he's done when he's ahead in the count. Big difference for him. I'd like to see him finish strong going into the All-Star break.
Two one count. Mile high pop. Foul territory. Third baseman Beckham right there. Inning over. Couple of hits. A runner stranded. We're underway here in Baltimore. Nothing across for the Mariners. Orioles coming to bat. Sharp as it was earlier in the season. Let's see if he can straighten things out here tonight against Baltimore. Here's a look at their starting lineup.
And it's been a struggle for him this year. They are last in the American League in hitting. Trey Mancini will move up in the lineup with the left-hander on the mound. He will lead things off. Mark Trumbo hitting fifth. Extended his hitting streak to 9 games last night. He's been hot. You want to be careful with him. And Chris Davis hitting seventh. It has been a struggle. 149 batting average with 5 home runs on the year. For James Paxton, 6-2 record, a 3.72 ERA, 124 strikeouts on the year. Opponents hitting just 219 against him.
But Showalter shaking up his lineup a little bit. He's got Trey Mancini leading off. Mancini batted in the 6th hole last night. First pitch from Big Pax, ball 1. Mancini 0 for 4 in last night's game. 2-0. Off to June for Paxton. 4 games, 2-1 record. 22 innings. 14 runs, all earned, 5 walks, 29 Ks. 2-1.
Average fastball this year for James, 95 miles an hour. Slider, curve, occasional changeup. Like I thought, he's being aggressive with the fastball. That last fastball, 95 miles an hour, but 4 pitches, all of them the fastball. I think that's something that he wants to establish early and then go to the slider curve.
Strike 3 called. He gets Mancini looking, 1 down.
Good slider. And the defense behind him. Ben Gamble will get the start out in left field tonight. Gene Segura again came back last night at shortstop, and Mike Zunino will do the catching.
Here's Adam Jones, one-time Mariner. 290, 10 homers, 31 runs batted in.
Some changes to the outfield. Originally, Haniger was in center. Gamble was in right and Span in left, but with Nelson having the lower back issue, Span became the DH, and that's how Heredia went back into the ball game in center field.
Jones 0 for 4 in last night's game. One on the count. Fun hearing Rick Lewis retell a story about how on the Mariners caravan a few years ago with Mike Morse and Jones discovering snow for the first time. Young man from San Diego. 2 outs.
For James, we talked about the fastball, curve, and slider, but here are the averages on his fastball this year. 236 average. Curveball been a good pitch for him, but his slider has been devastating. He typically will go to the slider when he's ahead in the count to try to put hitters away. Already a strikeout with the slider.
There's Manny Machado batting third, 2 for 3 last night. Good numbers for him. 305, 19 homers, 55 runs batted in. And again, a big story with this Oriole ball club. Manny, Adam Jones, Brock, and Britton, all free agents. Last year, contract with the GM Jim Duquette and manager Buck Showalter. What are they going to do with the Angelos family? Going to do with this, with all these big question marks? 1-1. Fielded nicely by Bobby Dickerson, third base coach. Wayne Kirby coaches in first. So Paxton 1-2.
It's a difficult situation that they have with these contracts being up for them, and then other contracts that are long term, including Davis, who is really struggling now. So you have to wonder which direction they're going to go in.
Foul back.
His best fastball at 97. Machado losing his balance.
Could hear the lone voice of a Mariner fan during Paxton's windup going, A, looking for strikeout.
Primero Supremo in the swing. It's that front foot moving on him, and that's the reason why he ended up on his right knee.
Just underway here in Baltimore. 2 out there.
There you go.
1-2 pitch. Foul back. Paxton, last time he won a ball game, June 10th at Tampa Bay. Breaking ball and a beauty struck him out. And Manny goes down again. The 2 strikeouts for Paxton. A fine start. And on the backswing here, Manny Machado, long looping swing. Wow, thank goodness Mike Zunino's wearing a helmet. No scores. We go to the second. Takes the mound for Turn Ahead the Clock night this Saturday at Safeco Field. Join us for special edition Kings Court that includes a ticket and futuristic Kings Court tee. Tickets only $30 at Mariners.com/Felix. Nice work last night by Felix Hernandez. 6 innings, a 4-hit, 3-run ball, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. 81 pitches. Denard Span. Fun talking to him. He's got service about the psychological warfare this young man put on Andrew Kashner last night and comes away with a home run, and it was a big one in the 6th inning. Gave the Mariners a 3-1 lead. As you've noted, Span being here, this ball club, he has his own tempo and how he wants to get ready, and he's going to make the pitcher wait. Veteran move. 1-1.
Well, something that we saw all night was he was really patient last night. It's really not that unusual, but typically in one of his at bats, he'll pick a spot where he'll try to get a first pitch fastball and do some damage with it.
His 2 home runs have been on first pitch. For Span playing in his 23rd game as a Mariner, he's got good numbers in Seattle colors. 301, 3 home runs, and 8 runs batted in. His first 2 home runs coming on first pitches.
Last night it was a 3-2 count.
It's 2-2 here. Swing and a miss. First strikeout for Guzman. 1 away here in the 2nd. Here's Angie Menton. All right, Ange, thank you very much. It was Ryan Healy 0 for 4 last night. 14 homers, 35 runs batted in. Way outside from Kevin Gausman. Healy's shown some really good hands at first base. For the most part, the throws have been good, but when he's had to, he's dug them out nicely. This one, get down to Beckham. A little high. Down in time is Davis. 2 away.
That's why you like to see everybody run it out just in case, and Ryan was running hard that time.
Many managers over the years say, we don't ask much. Be here on time, run hard 4 times. I can do that.
I was fortunate in A-ball. Felipe Alou, who was a terrific manager to have as an A-ball player, trying to learn, and that was what he said. You're paid to run hard 4 times a night. That's not asking too much. And fortunately for the Mariners, it's great to watch them because they all do that.
Yes. Funny you mentioned Felipe Alou as Ben Gamble stands in. Conversation with Gary Thorne, long time. 13 years TV voice the Orioles. He said there's a brand new book out, a bio Felipe, and it's getting rave reviews.
Really?
I know you think highly of him, as many other guys I've run across over the years, and sort of like a Jackie Robinson situation, only from a Dominican standpoint, what he had to go through. 1-1 here to Gamble. Broken bat ground ball to Jonathan Scope. Mariners go quietly in the 2nd. When Paxton comes out, he's going to face former teammate Danny Valencia leading off for the Orioles. you by your local Ford stores. By the Emerald Queen Casino, presenting rock legends Pat Benatar and Neil Giraldo. August 3rd, tickets at emeraldqueen.com. And by Safeco Insurance. Find a local agent at safeco.com. Do more. One of the greatest third basemen of all time, Brooks Robinson, number 5. I can still see him in the 1970 World Series.
Yes.
Robbing Lee May.
What a great play that was.
Oh, he was just that. The 70 World Series, they beat a very good Cincy team. Danny Valencia leads off. Hall of Famer Brooks Robinson.
I know you've had a few moments in your career, and he was one in mine where I knew exactly who he was.
Right.
And I think he was doing TV or radio for Baltimore, and they were in Yankee Stadium when I was first breaking in, and
right.
he came across, nice man, shook my hand, wished me luck, and knew my name.
Wow.
And I don't think I got a word out.
Yeah, I've been there. Right?
Yeah, exactly. But super nice. It just a class act, and oh boy, what a thrill that was for me.
You know, as a kid, you expect to go, to just go mute like that. But as an adult,
yeah,
but when you meet somebody you hold in high reverence, I mean it's going to happen to you at least once or twice in your lifetime.
Yeah, I mean, at the time I was playing third, and
right.
What a thrill! As you mentioned, just one of the best all time. Just take a look at another look at the statue.
Well,
he's a great player. Yep.
And had a good arm, but quick and accurate.
Yeah, he would get rid of it quickly. A lot of range.
Great footwork. Yeah. Fouled off by Valencia. Yeah, that, number 5. I'm telling you, you talk about those Oriole teams going back, starting in the mid '60s, up through through '83. Man, they had some players. That is cranked. And that is a Oriole Park at Camden Yards home run if you ever want to see one. Line drive right over the 364 mark. 1-0 Orioles. Valencia's 7th home run, 20th RBI. Danny takes particular pleasure in that home run against one of his former team, most recent former team.
Well, he challenges him with a fastball. It's in the middle of the plate, and he barrels it up. Line drive.
One-0 Orioles. Here's Mark Trumbo, 1 for 3 last night. He's DHing. That's hit hard through the hole.
And for Trumbo now, a 10-game hitting streak. Primero Supermo, and this is the fastball. Mike set up on the inside corner, more middle in. 3-2 count. Danny cheating on the fastball, is able to get to it.
13th home run given up by Paxton, 10 to right-handers. There's Jonathan Scope, 2 RBIs last night. Right off the 5th with a home run, his 8th. Well, number right here, that'll have a lot of English on it. They get the lead runner, that's all they'll get. One away, runner first, Scope aboard for his choice. When you were playing for Felipe Alou, did you get to meet, I know it was an A-ball, but maybe did he have old teammates? Because he played with some really great players.
Not at that point. No, the only thing I remember is we were getting towards the middle of the summer and he started taking batting practice, and I was wondering why. It was because he's going back to San Francisco to play in an old-timers game, I think with his brothers and a bunch of the greats. And it was great to watch him hit for a week before he went to it, and by the time he was done, he was hitting line drives all over the place.
Good player, outfield. A few games, I believe, was Chris Davis. A few games with the Giants. I think all 3 of them played in the outfield.
Yeah. He's very proud of that.
Yeah, his brother Matty, a little guy, bottled back, choked way up on it, and just slapped down at the ball and won a couple of batting catches. And Jesus was a free swinger. First strike to Davis. Davis just had it. It's just been miserable. It's actually tough to watch. It's one thing you hear about it coming in, but here's a guy that once hit, what, 53 home runs.
Not that long ago.
Yeah, at all.
It's just he's lost, and it can happen. And for Baltimore, they're hoping at some point he regains it.
And the other thing the fans will tell you, yeah, and he signed that long-term contract,
well, that's the
too.
point. Yeah, exactly. Really striking out almost half the time right now.
2 down. Here's Tim Beckman. Line drive, right field, deep, going over the head of Haniger, bangs off the fence. Getting a wave on, coming around his downfield scope. Here's a throw at the plate, and they missed him. See if Mike goes to tag him again. There's a throw to third, and safe there.
Well, Mike thinks he was able to tag him. Eric Cooper, the home plate umpire, thought he missed the tag. Mike, I think, tags him on the helmet. It's just a matter of whether he was able to tag him before his hand hits home plate. Yeah, I think he's out. That's what makes it tough for the catchers in today's game. He has to give him the back part of the plate so you can see his position down front, which is legal, but then it makes that such a long tag for him to go all the way back around. You can see Mike right there. I tagged him in the helmet. Just a matter of whether they can see if he was able to tag him before his hand touches the corner of the plate.
Not too many days of yore he would block the plate. He'd have been meat.
Yeah, he would have never reached the plate. And that's the other thing that you and I see all the time. We talk about it, Davis. So many more guys are diving into the back corner. That used to not be the case. They taught you not to dive into home plate, but now you have to give it to him, and so it's a safer play. But it's a long tag for Mike. Good relay. Haniger getting in it quickly and a strong throw from Gordon.
Mike was adamant. I mean, so adamant. He's got to be out. There you go. I mean, because Mike's reaction was like, "What, are you kidding me? Come on, he's out." And they got him. 2-0 Orioles. And the review proved that Mike Zunino was right. When Mike started hopping up and down and running after, I said, he got him. Come on.
Yeah.
See if Mike can break out.
Good relay. And we're getting in it quickly. Again, Gordon, a strong throw.
Seeing D and Segura. And when the outfielders have hit the cutoff, man, they've delivered some really good throws to the plate. Zunino, Heredia, and Gordon here in the third. Adam Jones coming in. One away. Bring up Guillermo Heredia. All kids 14 and under. You can have the opportunity of a lifetime thanks to KeyBank by taking a lap around the bases at Safeco Field. Your first chance to participate is Sunday after the Mariners face the Royals at 1:10. Get tickets for the whole family at mariners.com. Guillermo Heredia is going to be an observer tonight. Nelson Cruz, low back tightness, knocked him out of tonight's game, so the lineup had to be shuffled just a little bit, so Guillermo gets to start in center field.
I thought he was going to get the day off, but I bet he's excited to be in the lineup. He loves to play.
I love watching him patrol center field too.
Started last night, was on base 3 times, a couple of walks, scored a run, had a base hit to right field. Good night last night for him.
There's a base knock. Guillermo out of the box hard as per usual. And Cini gets it back in. It's his 4th hit on the trip. And he's starting to come alive. That bat heating up.
I mentioned it last night. I like it when hitters that have been struggling are able to pick up a few walks as he did last night. It seems to slow things down for him. A base hit his last time up, and now a base hit his first time up tonight. Solid line drive into left center. His base hit was a line drive into right last night, so good signs all the way around.
Broke out of an 0 for 21 with a couple of hits Saturday. He walked on Sunday going 0 for 2, and as you mentioned what he did last night with a couple of walks and a run scored. Fly ball right center field, Valencia. Goes right there. 2 outs. That does tons for the confidence, right? I mean, after you break it 0 for 21, and now he's got, what, 3 walks last couple of games. And that ball was really hit hard. That's the best ball he's hit in a while.
Yeah, and then the ball last night was hit hard too. It was a solid line drive. He didn't hit it as hard as this one today. I agree with you on that. I think you have to find a way to slow it down. Sometimes hitters will go up there and they're just going to take a strike because they just want to get their body in a position to where they can see the baseball. You start lunging at the ball, jumping at it, if you will. You have to slow things down. And I think for Guillermo, you almost start over. You have to give a little bit to get to the point to where you're comfortable, and I think he's there now.
Yeah. He's an exciting player.
And the other thing too is just getting your confidence back, and seeing the base hits start to fall in for you certainly helps.
Give me some green, baby.
That's it. That is it. It's great to get those walks, and it's great to hit the ball and hit it hard for an out. You know that you did everything right, but eventually you have to get paid with a base hit. It's just the way it works.
I want results.
Yes.
I want good results.
Exactly.
2 outs for Segura. Base hit to left on a 3-2 pitch. His first time up. Up the middle. That'll get through. Guillermo hit the brakes. Adam Jones playing right in front of him, and Jones has a good arm.
Great arm in center field.
Don't want to make that 3rd out. 3rd base. Trying to brew something here. Haniger coming up and hit a bullet double. Deep right center field.
Well, and for Gene Segura, a great example of why it's so difficult to play defense. His first base hit was to the right of Machado. His next base hit is to the left of Machado as he was moving back over towards that hole. He just uses the entire field. Difficult to defend him.
Got Manny on a yo-yo. Hit number 101 for Segura, by the way. Big cut by Haniger, strike 1.
Like a hanging slider. That's with 59 RBIs.
Count of 1-1. Don't forget, Mariner fans, get your votes in. Get Mitch, Nelson Cruz, Gene Segura. Get them in the All-Star game. Get those votes in. One to Mitch. Couple of men aboard. It's a strike. 1-2. Machado trying to cut off the whole left side. Big gap between Machado and Scope, the second baseman. 1-2 pitch. Piece of it.
Just joining us for Kevin Gosman, fastball slider split. His split is his best pitch. He has struggled this year with his fastball. Average fastball 94 miles an hour.
1-2 pitch to Haniger. Couple of men aboard. Fouled off.
And you can see the split, trying to get him to chase it out of the strike zone. For the most part, first time through the lineup, they did a pretty good job of laying off the split down out of the strike zone.
Kevin Gosman, like Nick Rumbelow of the Mariners out of LSU. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Jones coming on, and he's there to make the grab. He runs 2 hits. Oh, there's 2 left. We go to the home third. Orioles lead 1-0. Mike Blowers, Mariners down on a run, but right now trying to get James Paxton back on where he was a few weeks ago.
I like what I see from him so far. He gave up the solo home run to Danny Valencia, but overall his fastball has been there. We've seen him top out at 97. Pretty good slider already tonight, so I think he's in pretty good shape. We just have to get the offense going right now. They've had runners in scoring position 2 out of the 3 innings, just haven't been able to get the big base hit yet.
Caleb Joseph, the catcher, leads off. Foul back. 9-1-2 here in the Orioles' third. Danny Valencia, one-time Mariner. 3-1 pitch, line drive homer of the 364 sign in left center field. Way late, only 2 strikes. There's 1-2. Nice pitch by Pax. That's his 4th strikeout. 1 out here in the third. This Sunday, James Paxton is going to toe the rubber against the Royals at 110. Plus, it's his bobblehead day. And thanks to Root Sports, first 20,000 fans who flock to Safeco Field will receive this one-of-a-kind bobblehead of a Big Maple featuring his Eagle friend. So land at mariners.com to get your seats. Top of the order. Trey Mancini looks at a first pitch strike.
And a good curveball that time. He's really using his fastball. The first time through the lineup, it starts him off with a curveball. Mancini leading things off for Baltimore today. So this is his second time in the hit. Struck out looking his first time.
The 0-2. A lot of late swings.
97 on that fastball. And that's what makes it so difficult when James, when you can throw the curveball for a strike, the curveball would be 80 to 82. And then he comes back with the fastball, especially inside. 97 is tough to barrel it up.
Bet and gamble.
Like a slider in on his hands.
Two-handed catch, 2 outs. 2 outs. Brings up Adam Jones again. Mariners will see the Orioles in Seattle Labor Day, September 3rd, 4th, and 5th. 3 night games, and then a day off for the Mariners. Yankees come to town, then a day off, and San Diego comes to town. Jones flied out to right. The Orioles struggling to pan the crowd and see shots. Folks sitting in the background of shots. A lot of Mariner fans in their home whites really sort of stand out. Fly ball right field for Hannigan. Easy inning for the Big Maple. 1, 2, 3 in the 3rd. Mariners down a run. Safeco Insurance. Find a local agent at safeco.com. Do more. And buy steel. To find your local steel dealer, visit steeldealers.com. Inner Harbor here in Baltimore. 1-0 Orioles on a Danny Valencia leadoff homer in the 2nd. Here we go. Top of the 4th. Seager, Span, Healy. 4, 5, and 6 for the Mariners. Against Kevin Gausman. Kyle, first time up, fouled out to the 3rd baseman, Beckham. Tim Beckham.
We're talking about Kyle and fouling the fastball off, not covering the pitch. That's especially the ones that are on the plate. One thing if they're on the corner, but on the plate. There's a fastball to the middle of the plate, but at the knees. We saw that in his first at bat. You mentioned the pop-up, Dave. So hopefully with each at bat tonight, he'll get a little bit closer to squaring it up.
like that. Deep drive, right field. Got some carry. Giddy up. Gone. Home run, Kyle Seager. 1-1 ball game here in Baltimore.
And the other thing that Edgar said was he's close. He's right there. He's close. He's getting ready to get hot. So hopefully that's a start of it. They need Kyle.
14th home run, 45th RBI. Ties the game at 1-1.
This time they're set up away, and I think it's on a split actually, and it is 82 miles an hour. A lot of run to it, right on the outside corner, but it's belt high. He squares it up. That's a good sign for the Mariners in their offense.
Hard span, attacking the first pitch, fouls it.
Camara Supermo, there's the split grip from Gausman. And he's trying to throw it probably at the knees on the outside corner. He gets it to the corner, but it's elevated, and Kyle hits it into the seats.
0-1 here to Span. Takes up high, struck out on a 2-2 pitch, leading off the second. I hope that's the beginning of a nice little hot home run streak for Mr. Seager. 1-1. Bunt. Well, that was the right idea, too.
Well, really, for Kyle, I'd like to see that. Just get hot going into the All-Star break. Get a little bit of time off at that point, regroup, and have a really strong second half of the season.
One and two to Span. Machado, right side of the infield. Good cut at that. Foul back. Seager in his career, first half a 263 hitter, 256 in the second half. There's Manny Machado, placed perfectly. One out.
I think, yeah, for Kyle, I mean, you look at it, what he's done over the last 6 years. He's hitting 260 plus, averaging 25 home runs, somewhere in the neighborhood, 85, 86 RBI. So power numbers in his RBIs, he's on pace to do what he normally does. Tomorrow will be the midway point, game number 81 for the Mariners, and Kyle now has 14 home runs. You mentioned it, 45 RBIs. Just, you know, getting those base hits and being on base a little bit more, and then hoping again that this will get him going. Finish strong and have a good second half.
Got Nelly performing well. Haniger,
Yep.
they'll get in August 14th. Robbie Cano comes back. Gamble's been hot.
Yep. Gene Segura, they've done their thing all year.
High fly ball. Right center for Valencia. Another guy you want to see get on that hot train is Mike Zunino. He's got 11 home runs with the batting averages sub 200. CenturyLink brings us tomorrow's matchup. It'll be Wade LeBlanc against Alex Cobb. Cobb, we've seen lots of him when he was with Tampa Bay, and Wade LeBlanc having a good year. 3.26 ERA.
What a struggle for Cobb, though. 2-9 with a 6.5.
That's unreal. Didn't expect that. Gamble swings through. 15 games, 11 starts in the month of June for Ben, hitting .317. Grounded out to second his first time. Just joining us again, Nelson Cruz, not playing tonight, low back tightness. Hopefully he'll be available for tomorrow's game. Two and one. You know it's bad because I think it's accurate to say that Nelly has epic pain tolerance.
Well, and the other part about it too, and we've talked about it earlier in the season when he was hurt and he was playing through it, struggling a little bit. All of a sudden he gets healthy and he can't get much hotter than he has been and doing a lot of damage. And maybe part of it too is he has a little bit of an issue right now. Let's sit him down so that he's healthy when he goes back to home plate again.
He's only been named player of the week from his work, hitting .500 last week. 3-2 to bed, 2 out. And he's aboard. 2 out base running. Go ahead run. First walk issued in the ballgame. Brings up Mike Zunino, flight out the center. First pitch to Mike. Strike one. Give Mike the entire right side of the infield. He's behind 0-2. Mike's power. This is a ballpark built for him too. Gamble got a terrific jump. Here's a ball hit to right field. It's backing up Valencia. He's measuring. He's on the track. Makes the catch. Home run by Kyle Seager. Ties this baby up. In the fourth, it's a 1-1 game. Of the ball game, and a 2-1 pitch to Kyle Seager leading off the fourth.
Yeah, it'll be a split out over the plate. 82 miles an hour, hits it into the seats and right, his 14th home run, but more importantly ties up the ball game with that solo home run.
Kyle coming up big here for the Orioles. Bottom four against James Paxton, Manny Machado, Danny Valencia, and Mark Trumbo, 3, 4, and 5. Machado, 3-time All-Star, going against James Paxton. Paxton struck out 4, hasn't walked anybody. Boy, he threw a big off-speed pitch, and D with an easy flip.
Yeah, good curveball. Good curveball in the outside corner. And a quick out.
Danny Valencia gave the Orioles their run on a 3-1 pitch. He homered over the left center field wall of the 364. Ball one. Inside. Seven teams in 9 years for Danny Valencia. What? How about Edwin Jackson? I think we mentioned him last night. 13 teams started for the A's last night.
Teams.
Somebody wants you.
That's packing down to a science.
Isn't that the truth? He knows all the good luggage stores, the mail orders. And Valencia walks. He's had a good night. Line drive, home run, and a walk. Let's check in again with Edgy Mentic. All right, Edgy, thank you. Here's Mark Trumbo, base hit to left. First time up.
With the base hit, extending his hitting streak to 10 games now.
Off the fist.
Good fastball on his hands.
Oh, 2 pitch. Swing and a miss. That was a beauty. Hard biting down towards that back foot.
Another time it was the slider. Talked about it earlier in the ball game. Typically when he gets ahead, he'll try to put you away with the slider, and that's where he wants to locate it. Throw it at the back foot. Get him to swing right over the top of it. Primera Supermo.
5 strikeouts for James. 2 outs here in the 4th. There's Jonathan Scope. The slow roller reached on a fielder's choice and then tried to score on a Beckham double and was thrown out. 9-4-2. Haniger to Gordon to Zunino. There's a 45-second review. Originally called safe. Call was overturned.
Good first pitch curveball to get a strike. Other things with James in his last couple of outings, we mentioned not at his best. I think the other thing that he got away from is wasn't pitching inside as much. We're seeing him do a little more of that. He's jammed up a couple of hitters trying to speed him up, and that's when his slider comes into play.
There it goes. They got him picked off. Boom, got him. Inning over to the 5th. Score tied at 1. humidity just 49%. Hey, get Sounder Train and Link Light Rail tickets right to your phone. Paying is easy with the Transit Go Ticket app. Anytime we've come here to Baltimore in August, and the temperature's been 95 with matching humidity.
We'll treat you to some of that on Thursday.
Yeah, I heard it's coming. That's why I'm trying to enjoy, take all this in here tonight. There's Heredia, hard hit single to left his first time up. He'll be followed by Gordon and Segura. I think the last time we were here with late great Dave Niehaus, it was one of those 95.
Every day.
Oh, it was in August. Two and one. Bouncing ball, fair. Hit off his foot. 2-2.
Oh, they're saying that he's out.
Beckham went on with the play.
Yeah, Gary Cedarstrom, the first base umpire, called him out. Eric Cooper, the home plate umpire, was shaking his hand as if no, it did not hit him. And now Scott is trying to figure it out. But now they're going to talk about it, see if it hit him. I think the thing that fooled him, if it did hit him, is that Guillermo, as he always does, first couple steps out of the batter's box, he was running Primera Supermo, and the foul ball, hard to tell right there, close to his toe.
A real small piece, kicked up a lot of dirt. Better look here.
I think that may have hit him. Just by the way it bounced forward.
And his reacts.
Well, they're going to say no.
All right. Put out 5-3. Top of the order, D. Gordon. D with a ground out and a fly out, 0 for 2.
Beckham, the third baseman, in on the grass. He with a bunt base hit last night, but he was able to take it with him towards first base. It was right down the first base line.
One of the best we've seen this year. He did go as they checked with Stu Sherwater.
And now Manny.
Manny did a great job last night rescuing Scott Service when he went out there. Disputed play we had by mid-game. 1-1 pitch here. Ball with 2 strikes with 1 out. 1-1 game. Home runs the rule so far. Danny Valencia led off the second inning with the home run. Seager led off the 4th with a home run. Kevin Gausman against James Paxton. 1-2. Got in the old kitchen there. D made it close. 2 down.
It jams him. Scope gets rid of it quickly with something on it. Always a close play with D. Gordon. Bobble it at all. He will beat it out.
There's Gene Segura. 2 for 2 tonight. It's number 100 and 101. Sean bunt. 2-0.
Wasn't a bad idea. Beckham was playing back.
Houston and Toronto. They're playing down in Texas, and no score in the first. Hit well, left center field. Got some carry. Adam Jones runs it down. Nice play. He's beloved here in Baltimore. Adam Jones, nice play. 1-1 game. Baltimore, game 2 of a 4-game set. Then the Mariners come home for Kansas City, the Angels in Colorado. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Jonathan Scope, he was at the dish when Danny Valencia was caught trying to steal. Breaking ball. Punch shot. D. Gordon. He's there, 1 out. Looks like playing tennis and trying to lob it over his head. Just inside the baseline. After all, Wimbledon is upon us in the next few days. So, apropos. Chris Davis batting in the land of the lost. 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts last night. He struck out tonight. A lot of career home runs for Chris Davis. 272, as you note there. Just 5 this season. He's in an 0-2 hole. How much does Paxton expand the zone here, Mike?
Yeah, the last time he threw him, I think it was another fastball right down the middle. He just took it. There it is. Up out of the strike zone, just ties him up. 97.
Strikeout number 6 for Paxton. We play here in the 5th with 2 outs.
One of those things at this level. Sharks in the water, man. When you're struggling and things aren't going well, these guys will not feel sorry for you. They will expose you, and they'll keep doing it until you make some adjustments. So he's in tough shape right now.
It's one of those things on the scouting report. It just leaps off the page. He's 0 for the last month and a half.
And this is the reason why. And just keep doing it. Yep.
Jim Beckham. Double to right. Led to Scope being thrown out at the plate. 3rd out in the 2nd inning. Good looking pitch. 2 strikes.
Probably 94, 95 first couple of innings, but now we're seeing 96, 97 out of James, which is fairly typical of him. As the game moves along, he seems to get stronger. Missing with a slider.
2-2. Caleb Joseph, catchers on deck.
The other thing too, thinking of Chris Davis, when you're struggling, it seems that you're always 0-2. A couple of strikeouts for him both times on 3 pitches, just behind in the count, always behind.
You know, you feel it in the on deck circle too. I mean, everything, your head, your mind is just going all over.
Yeah, and it seems, you know, you can see him right there, frustrated, and it seems that every borderline call goes against you. You just can't catch a break.
Two and two. Sure was. Easy play. Haniger, a 1-2-3 frame for James Paxton in this 1-1 game. When we come back, Mitch Haniger will lead things off, followed by Seager and Span. Make sure you join T-Mobile in showing your appreciation for all military and vets by sharing a photo or video using hashtag HatsOffForHeroes. For each tweet or post, T-Mobile's going to donate $1 to support veterans. Mitch Haniger, Kyle Seager, Denard Span here in the top of the 6th against Kevin Gosman.
Yeah, middle of the lineup, time to pick up a couple of runs. A double by Mitch Haniger. It was out to right center field in the first inning. Hitting it off the fence on a line.
Three defenders left side of the infield against Haniger. Davis by his lonesome on the right side. A lot of room between the center fielder Jones and the right fielder Valencia. Bidding for home run number 15 against right-handers. Oh, too quick. Here comes the 2-1. 2-2 to Haniger. Two to Mitch. Cooper, didn't it?
I think so. Right off the mask.
The home run leaders on the ball club. Again, if you're just joining us, Nelson Cruz, lower back tightness, scratching the 5 o'clock hour. 2-2. This time they put Scope back on the right side, favoring up the middle. That gets count runs to 3 and 2.
Like I said, bad. He's chased a couple of fastballs that are well in off the plate. I wonder if he'll try to go back in there again. Set up away. Out to the breaking ball.
Second strikeout for Guzman. He's walked one. How about a little ask the booth question for the moment? Seatown Hawks, should they expand the wild card round to 3 games instead of just 1? That's something that Scott Service talked about in New York. Sounds like he's a proponent of that, but the mechanics of it make it a little bit difficult, and it certainly adds, having 1 game, it might not be the fairest of them all. I think in 3 games you can better determine who's the better team than 1. But
I guess for myself and my own experiences with it, I played in a 1-game playoff
and won it,
which made it one of the most fun games I've ever been in. Most exciting games I've ever been in. It happened to be in Seattle in the Kingdome, so the fans were there to support it. But if you play an entire season and you lose that game, I would not want to feel what it was like on the other side of it without getting an opportunity to play a series.
You feel that 3 gives you a better chance?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I guess, you go through and you play 162 games and you fight your way all summer to get in there, and now here you have this 1 game. Makes it difficult, but the other side of it too is win your division and you don't have to worry about it, right?
That's exactly right. And as it is right now in the current format, boy, the World Series goes 7 games. You're in November,
right?
So to prevent that and to have your cake and eat it too.
That was something Scott talked about, the logistics of it.
Right.
That would make it more difficult.
Right. And to be able to have a 3-game wild card, you may have to be talking about taking a few off the 162 to keep that schedule from running deep into. You're almost into 2/3 through the NFL season, as it is.
That was a good swing at 96 miles an hour. Who's been the difference for the Mariners? The solo home run his last time up, his 14th on the year.
You know one thing about this one-game wild card playoff. We just left New York. We just left Boston. They're not thrilled about the prospect of facing the Mariners in a 1-game playoff, especially the team that doesn't win the division. As Kyle strikes out 2-1. Time now for a Geico This Date in History. Take you back to 03. Mr. Martinez, Edgar, launches a 2-run homer in Anaheim. Gives him 1,153 runs batted in, passing Ken Griffey Jr. for the Mariners' all-time record. 3rd strikeout for Guzman. 2 outs. Here's Denard Span. Strikeout, ground out to short. One 0 pitch. Up high.
Thought it was interesting today, standing by the cage, watching the guys hit, and when you showed Edgar. One of the things you talk about all the time is him talking about getting greedy. He's talking to Healy, who had an opportunity last night to drive in a couple of runs. It didn't happen for him, but they were talking about the at-bat, and they went through it. And he and Edgar were talking about the pitches and what was happening and all the different things. And basically Healy was explaining that he was looking inside because that's the tendency, and it ended up being a pitch that was away from him. Anyway, Edgar looks at him and he goes, at the end of it, he goes, those are your RBIs, right? You pick those up. That's on you. You go get those.
That's right. Well said.
To your point of getting greedy.
Yeah.
It just, they went through the paces of it all, but go after it. And those are yours. Pick them up.
Span 3-1 to count. Manny Machado to the right side of the infield. 2 out, nobody on. The left fielder going towards the line. 3-1 pitch. Takes for a strike. Had Mancini, the left fielder, come in a few feet shallow and towards the left field line for Span once the count got deeper. There's the alignment. 3-2. No play. Boston 6-1 over the Angels up at Fenway in the fourth. Oakland losing at Detroit 6-3. To Span, and he takes a called third strike. How about Garza strikes outside, 2 swinging, 1 looking. He's got 4 strikeouts on the night in this 1-1 game. Mike Blowers, Ridge Sports crew, and Dave Valley joins us from back in the studio. Mariner fans here tonight. And hey, Val, as your catcher's perspective on what Paxton's done to this point.
Hey, Val, I thought that there was a really great play, and you can talk about it in the second inning with Mike Zunino on a relay making a tag and tagging the runner on the helmet just before he's able to touch home plate. And there's another good fastball inside. But just the way the rules are today, the way I explained it, Val, is because you have to give that backside of the plate, it makes it a much longer and tougher tag, I think, for Mike in that situation, because you have to give him some room. Yep.
Base hit by Trey Mancini.
Hey, Val, last thing for me, you mentioned the network. What is some of the buzz as far as the nation goes about Edwin Diaz at this point with the season he's having? I assume that you expect him to be in the All-Star game.
Here's Heredia with the throw. And he gets it to the cutoff man. One bag at a time here. Base hit for Adam Jones. Thanks, Val. Catch Day Valley with Andy Mentenko on Mariners postgame presented by Alaska Airlines. We got a situation here. Bases loaded, nobody out.
And Mel Stoudemire making a trip out to the mound right now. Solid base hit back up the middle. And the only reason why they didn't try to score the runner, Primera Supremo, solid line drive, is because of the arm of Heredia.
Single to right, left, and center. Here in the sixth, will bring up Manny Machado.
Now, one of the best hitters in the American League. Pax has been able to handle him so far. A strikeout and a weak ground ball to second. See what he comes up with here.
And he's had his share of success against Paxton, so James will have to dig in. Manny struck out and grounded out to second tonight. Two runs on the board. Home runs by Valencia for the Orioles, Seager for the Mariners. Way out of the strike zone. Ball one.
Overthrowing a curveball that time.
Last night the Orioles pulled off a bases loaded 1-2-3 double play in the ninth inning. A 2-0 hold here. Big spot here. 2-0. Bob back.
His best fastball at 98 miles an hour. Late swing.
Rugged year to say the least for Buck Showalter. His team's won just 23 games. They've been on the losing side 54 times. 28 and a half off the pace. 2-1.
Good pitch. Then with the call, it goes at the bottom of the strike zone.
3-1. Scott Service really love a double play here, or a strikeout. Let's go strikeout, get the double play, get out of it. Yeah, do it that way. 3-1. Chance for two. Manny not running hard down the line. Run scores. It's a 2-1 lead. Manny hearing it from the fans. I don't know if I didn't see any indication that he pulled anything. He took a jog down there. That's not going to sit well with a lot of people. Mariners turn to 2, scoring on a play, Joseph.
Here it is. Ground ball right to D, and now they let him hear about it. What were you talking about earlier in the game, Dave?
The Mariners run hard
4 times a night.
That's right. Hey, man, show up on time, run hard 4 times. Easy formula. Danny Valencia strikeout, a home run on a walk. third is Mancini. Good pitch.
That was the good curveball.
Two outs and a 1-2 count. Swing and a miss. Strikes out Valencia. Orioles, though, strike for a run on 3 hits, no errors, and leave a man. 2-1 Baltimore. By Jack in the Box. Try the $4.99 Jack's Spicy Chicken Club Combo with toasted sourdough, new from Jack in the Box. By Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. By CenturyLink, connecting you to the power of the digital world. And by BNSF, sponsor the BNSF Blast. 2-1 ball game. Game 2, 4-game set here in Charm City. Orioles on top. Dave Sims, Mike Blowers, Root Sports Crew. Kevin Gausman's night is over.
One of his better outings, 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. It was earned solo home run from Kyle Seager. A walk, 4 strikeouts. He threw 100 pitches. Michael Givens will take over. Average fastball 95, slider changeup, 34 appearances, ERA at 4. Well, it's hitting 257. He's only given up 1 home run this year.
Strike 1. Haley 0 for 2 against Givens. There you go, the bullpen for the Orioles. Second worst in the majors. Right field, Valencia towards the line. Makes the catch. And bring up Ben Gamble. Gamble 1 for 1 against Givens. Third baseman Beckham, a couple steps on the grass. There's a line drive, left center field. Ben out of the box hard. Adam Jones gets to it. It's the cutoff man, gets it back in. Base hit. Tying run aboard here for the Mariners. Ben 2 for 2 against Givens.
Well, he's been hot lately. Stays inside of a fastball and drives it into left center.
There's Mike Zunino. Z-Man 1 for 2 against Givens. It was a home run. Givens in his 4th year in the big leagues, all with the Mariners. I mean, all with the Orioles, beg your pardon. 8-1 last year. 2.75 ERA.
Ben with 5 stolen bases.
Z. Strike 1, 0 for 2, couple flyouts. And back.
Quick move.
Hold. Gamble 5 out of 7 in base stealing. In there for a strike, 0-2. Fifth time Gibbons facing the Mariners, a 2.08 ERA. 4 to third prior to this appearance. One and 2. Two pitch, swing, miss. Strikeout different. It's 2 away. Two outs, runner at first. Guillermo Heredia will be the hitter.
Just a good fastball at 96 miles an hour. It was on the inside corner.
Strike 1 to Guillermo. Hard hit single to left his first time up. That was in the third. Second time grounded out to third in inning number 5.
Gibbons throwing a lot of strikes, mainly with his fastball. 9 pitches, 7 strikes for him. He's around the plate.
Didn't like it. 0-2 to count. 2 out and 1 on.
I think he was more upset that he ended up taking it 96. It looked like it was a fastball in the middle of the plate. Nelson Cruz
just back out in the dugout. No doubt getting treatment from Rob Nodine and company. Lower back's tightness took him out of tonight's ball game. One bottom Machado and gets it to Scope. And that'll do it for the Mariners as we go to the home 7th, a 2-1 Oriole lead. Beautiful night here in Baltimore. Good look at the moon. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports Crew 2-1. The score, James Paxton still in there. He struck out 7, walked 1. Gave up a home run to Valencia in the second. Double play with the bases loaded, scored a run in the 6th. Mariners run, home run by Kyle Seager leading off the 4th.
And for James in the last inning, it was 3 singles in a row, bases loaded, nobody out. Good pitching to get out of that, but just giving up the 1 run.
Mark Trumbo looking at strike 1. Trumbo base hit to left and a strikeout, 1 for 2. Right over the head of first base coach Wayne Kirby. 0-2. Here's Wayne. Yeah, stay loose, big fella. Made Trumbo look bad there. His pitching by James Paxton. Strikeout number 8.
The majority of the strikeouts, it's the fastball early in the count and then put him away with a breaking ball. Time it was the curveball. Most of the time tonight he's gone to a slider, but a curveball at 83 miles an hour.
Nice work. Jonathan Scope 0 for 2. Fouls back.
Darren O'Day getting loose in the pen for Baltimore.
1-1. A little wrinkle in it. Did get a strike. 2-1. Scope, big fall off from last year. 293, 32 homers, 105 runs batted in. Made the All-Star game. 25 home runs in the 2016 season. Just above the Mendoza line coming into today's game. Swing and a miss. He's down. 9 Ks, 3 consecutive here for Paxton. He's got 2 outs here in the 7th.
And right back to the slider again.
MLB at bat, your #1 Mariners app. Customize your experience to catch every moment this season. Get the Mariners home screen icons and features such as the MLB TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcast, stats, news, and more. Download MLB at bat today. 2 outs, Chris Davis. Struck out twice on 0-2 pitches. Strike 1. Back scoring for double figures right here in strikeout, sitting on 9 against 1 walk. And it's a strike away from getting there.
Another 0-2 count for Chris Davis.
Oh boy. Third time he's in this pickle. 0-2. Zunino wants a high target. Did he go? Stu Sherwater. Two pitch to Chris Davis.
Almost challenged him.
2 out, nobody on. A 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. 6th time Paxton's had 10 or more strikeouts in a game this season. He struck out the last 4. He's got 10 in the ball game. It's 2-1 Orioles. We've got a 10 strikeout performance by James Paxton. Just needs some runs right now in the top of the order here in the 8th.
Well, the good news is James has been dominant after struggling in his previous 2 outings, so that's a great sign for the Mariners. But the offense tonight has really been just Kyle Seager, the solo home run. They've had a few chances. Nobody's been able to come up with the big base hit, but now they're into the bullpen, a bullpen that has struggled with Baltimore, so hopefully they can get something done over the next couple of innings.
Absolutely. Mariners trying to win the first 2 games of this series. They got games 3 and 4 still to come, a day game on Thursday, and then back home Friday for Kansas City. New pitcher, Darren O'Day.
19 appearances, a 2.7 ERA, 27 strikeouts in 20 innings. Good number right there. Opponents hitting just 216 against him.
Here's D. Gordon. Strike 1. O'Day in last night's game got tossed on a 3 beef, a balk game, and the second time he's been tossed by Stu Sherwood. He was working the plate last night. Stu's at third base this evening.
And I heard it, Darren, talking about it after the game, and he was saying he's been thrown out of a game or had a balk called on him twice in his career. So over 10, 11 years, it's only happened to him twice, and both times it was Stu.
Oh, man. 1-1 to D. Beckham creeping in at third. Gordon 0 for 1 against O'Day. Count it 2-1. Kyle Seager, the only run for the Mariners, leadoff homer in the 4th. Danny Valencia led off the 2nd for the Orioles with a home run. Another run scoring in a double play, bases loaded double play in the 6th.
Well, this is a great setup for the Mariners, having a leadoff hitter in the 8th inning. D with his 20th stolen base in last night's game.
And Segura, 2 hits tonight. It's number 100 and 101. 2-2 to D. Beckham's backed up at third and slaps it right by him. Down the line. D out of the box hard. Digging for 2, and here's the throw. He is in there. A leadoff double. Tying run at second base here in the top of the 8th inning. It's his 13th double. You want to see running out of the box hard.
He is one of the few that would have even tried this. First of all, slices a line drive inside the third base bag. They are playing in that way. Mancini gets there quickly, a strong throw. And there are not many that are going to turn that into a double, especially with the way they had their defense set up. Primera Supermo and the tag by Scope, the second baseman.
I think he was in high gear, about 2.5 steps. Here's Segura. Try to move him over, score him. 2-1 ball game. Baltimore on top. Coming in at third is Beckham. Bunt and a beauty. D just jogs into third and a base hit for Gene Segura. His third tonight. And the Mariners in business. Runners at the corners. Nobody out. Top of the 8th and down a run.
And I think maybe O'Day hurt himself. At first I was wondering what he was doing, because it looked as if he was going to try to see if it was going to go foul. It was clearly going to be a fair ball, but now he's limping around. I think he hurt himself trying to come off the mound. Showalter on his way out, and he looked right at the dugout once the play was over. It's a good sacrifice bunt, which will turn into a base hit. And right there, yeah, he stumbles right there. He hurt himself. Maybe a hamstring. Primera Supermo. Segura doing his job.
Right there.
Right there.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a hamstring, I think. He's going to try to stay in the game. Good bump by Segura. Pick up a base hit. Great situation for the Mariners.
They have Gene back. 3 hits.
That's going to be it. A left-hander getting loose in the bullpen.
Tanner Scott, who we saw last night.
Hard throwing left-hander.
Step aside will be Mitch Haniger against Scott. Mariners threaten here with the tying and go-ahead runs on base in the 8th inning here in Baltimore. Throwing left-hander last evening.
18 appearances, 6.5 ERA, 27 strikeouts and 19 in the third. 9 walks though. Almost hitting .276. He's given up a couple of home runs. His average fastball this year has been 97 miles an hour. We saw 98, 99 last night, and a hard slider. A slider around 89, 90 miles an hour.
Coming up tomorrow, game 3 of this series, Wade LeBlanc takes on Alex Cobb.
What a year Wade LeBlanc is having. 3-0 record, a 3.26 ERA. 54 strikeouts, over 15 walks on the year. And then for Alex Cobb, it has been a struggle. Just a couple of wins, 9 losses already, 6.5 ERA.
Well, D. Gordon opened up the inning with a double down the left field line. Segura lays down a perfect bunt. O'Day pulls a hammy, has to leave. And now it's set up for Mitch Haniger. Runners at the corners, nobody out. Good note there from Angie, 7.55. D's time from home plate to second on that double.
It has to be one of the tops this year.
Without a doubt. In tight to Haniger. Ball 1. Haniger seeing Scott for the first time. Mitch, hard hit double right center field in his first at bat. Since then, a fly to center and a strikeout. 1-0 pitch. 1-1.
A couple of sliders.
Outfield straight away for Mitch. Straight up in the infield. 1-1 pitch from Tanner Scott. Count goes to 1-2.
Hasn't thrown a good fastball yet. See, right-handers had their way with him, a .333 batting average. Struggle for the lefties.
One-two pitch. Did not go. This is Gary Cedarstrom. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
What a slider. 4 pitches so far, and he has yet to see a fastball. And I'm sure that's in the back of his mind.
Sure.
When is he going to throw the fastball? He knows he has a good fastball. They went over the scouting report, but he hasn't seen it yet.
3 Ks for Scott, an inning and third last night. 2-2.
That was the fastball at 100.
Easy 102, wasn't it? Turn one of those around. 3-2 to Haniger. Runners at the corners. Mariners down 2-1.
Back to the slider.
Another important pitch. 3-2. Keeps topping it.
In this situation, I'd really like to see Mitch put the ball in play if he can. Tanner Scott, tough on left-handers, and Kyle Seager waiting on deck, a left-handed hitter. Kyle's been the offense. A solo home run all the way back in the 4th.
Do it again at 3-2. Walked him, bases loaded.
Good at bat. 8 pitches to pick up the walk.
Good setup here. Double, bunt, walk, bases loaded.
And Kyle ended up facing Tanner Scott last night, and it was some fastballs early in the count that Kyle had fouled back and eventually put him away with a slider. So Kyle, aware of that, it was the first time he'd ever seen him was last night.
And that 4.49, a big part of their 23-54 season.
And it was fastballs early and then the slider. We'll see how he goes at him tonight.
Lefty's hitting a .194 against Tanner Scott. Right-handers .333.
Starts him with a slider.
Strike 1. Kyle fouled out to the third baseman. Homered to deep right center field and struck out tonight. Mariners down a run. They get the bases loaded. Nobody out. Takes a strike.
Just the opposite tonight than what we saw last night. Tonight it was 2 sliders in a row. Last night it was 2 fastballs to get started. Has hit well in his career with the bases loaded.
Here comes an 0-2 pitch. And he throws it. Center field. Scoring is good. Here comes Segura with the go-ahead run, and the Mariners have the lead. Kyle Seager, what a night. 3 RBIs, and the Mariners lead at 3-2. Good 2-strike hitting by Kyle Seager.
That's one of the beautiful things in this game. A couple of tough pitches, and then he makes a mistake with a slider. Probably wanted to throw it off the plate away, but instead he leaves it in the middle of the plate. Kyle able to stay back long enough. Primera Supermo, you can see the spin of the ball and a solid line drive base hit right back up the middle.
Haniger stops at second. Still nobody out.
Good night for Kyle. 3 RBIs.
Skip to talk about him missing some pitches. Well, he's had 2 big moments here this evening.
Talking to Edgar again before the game about Kyle, and he said he thought he was getting really close, and here it is. A good start for him. Talking about this, Kevin Gausman having his best outing. We were hoping that they could get to the bullpen here late in the game. The bullpen has struggled in Baltimore, and here you go.
Orioles bullpen a 7-14 record, a 4.33 ERA.
In case you're wondering, nobody getting loose in the pen for the Mariners.
Good news. James Paxton threw 7, has struck out 10. Now got the lead at 3-2. Nobody out. Runners at first and second. Bunt attempt goes foul. Span tonight struck out swinging, ground out the shorts, and struck outs looking. There you go, 2 for 4 runners in scoring position, just 1 for 8 last night. So 2 runs on the board here, top of the 8th. Mariners have taken a lead for the first time tonight. Span takes, ball 1.
Miguel Castro, right-hander, getting loose.
Span looking to find a hole here. There's a strike. Wasn't a full commit to that bunt.
No, it was a slider. And I think he picked it up late. It was off the plate away and just wasn't able to get the back in time. Just recognizing the pitch a little bit late. Let's go to work now.
And with the big home run last night, gave the Mariners a 3-1 lead. He's 1-2 here.
Alex Colomé starting to stretch in the Mariner pen.
Span's seen a lot of pitches tonight. It's 2-2 here. Strike 3 called. Second 10. He's running up looking.
Showalter out of the dugout in a hurry.
The Bucks going to make a pitching change. Mariners have taken a lead. They have 2 men aboard with 1 out here in the 8th. Make sure you celebrate America's birthday with the Seattle Mariners on July 4th when they host the LA Angels at 1:10. Come early and score as the first 20,000 fans. You're going to get a Mariners Stars and Stripes cowboy hat. Tickets at mariners.com. A lot of Mariner fans here in Baltimore. Good to see them. And they are digging the 8th inning here. Double, bunt, walk, 2-run single, 1 out. And runners at first and second. Miguel Castro, saw him last night.
31 appearances, a 2.87 ERA, 47 innings. He has 31 strikeouts, a lot of walks, 28 walks. Opponent's hitting just 216 against him. Fastball at 96, slider, changeup.
He's got Ryan Healy. Strike one to Ryan. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Houston and Toronto. Top 5, no score in Houston. Blue Jays do threaten, and that half inning just ended. Haley to the third baseman. Beckham goes to scope for 1 over to first. They get the double play, but the good news, the Mariners get the 2-run single from Kyle Seager. He's driven in all 3 runs for the Mariners, and they lead 3-2 in the Big Maple. Looks like he may be coming back out. Here, 3-2 Mariners, bottom of the 8th inning. And here's a look at what James turned in. Some good work this evening.
Good fastball, 94 to 98 miles an hour. Was able to put some hitters away with the slider and curveball. But fastball early, we knew he was going to be aggressive. And after his last 2 outings with the fastball, and then put him away with the hard slider and curve. And that was certainly the case tonight. Pretty good defense behind him also. Good aggressive stuff from James Paxton going through 7 innings, 6 hits, a couple of runs they were earned, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts, 92 pitches, 67 strikes.
Our Beacon Plumbing call to the pen looks like this.
Colome average fastball 95 miles an hour, a slider, 34 appearances on the year, a 4.31 ERA, 32 strikeouts in the 31 and the 3rd innings that he has worked. Opponent's hitting 242.
Colome will get 8, 9, and 1 in the order here. Bottom of the 8th. Beckman, Joseph, and Mancini.
And with a 1-run lead, the outfielders are playing deep, trying to stay away from the double. Kyle cheating towards the line at 3rd.
Good start for Alex. Right to Gene Segura. The line drive, 1 out here in the 8th inning. Fireworks show this big. You know what? It couldn't wait until the 4th. So join us on Tuesday, July 3rd, as we celebrate Independence Day with a special patriotic fireworks night presented by T-Mobile. For tickets, go to Mariners.com. Mariners baseball, truth to the red, white, and blue. Gonna get a pinch hitter.
Rasmus.
Rasmus started and led off for the Orioles last night. He went 0 for 2 with a walk. Pretty good hitter, 95. Rasmus 0 for 1 against Colomé. Oh, 2. Yet another one-run game as we speak right now. Mariners 23 and 11 in one-run games. Colomé in charge. 0-2. Went for the put away. Didn't get it. Rasmus pinch hitting for Caleb Joseph, the catcher, who went 1 for 2 with a run scored. Off Aziz's glove.
Mike wanted the elevated fastball, was able to get it. And Rasmus barely getting a piece of it.
Here comes the 1-2. Back this way. Got the Red Sox putting it on the Eagles. 8-1 in the 7th. Yankees top 9 at Philly. A couple hours up the road, 6-0. Texas 2-0 at home against San Diego, top of the 5th. 1-2. Count evens. D. Gordon in short right field. Segura right side of the infield. 2-2 to Rasmus. Swing and a miss. Got him. 2 down.
Able to get him with a slider down out of the strike zone. There's a number of fastballs at the top of the zone and on his hands, and finally puts him away with the breaking ball down.
Top of the order, Trey Mancini. He's 0 for 3. Strikeout looking. Line out to left and a single to left. Breakout night for Kyle Seager. Leadoff homer in the 4th. 2-run single in the 8th, accounting for all 3 Mariner runs. Gets it past D. Gordon into right field. A 2-out base hit. 2-hit night for Mancini. Back-to-back plate appearances with the knock.
Making the fight off a fastball. Jammed him and picked up a hit. Mike wanted the fastball inside, running in on his hands. D playing towards the middle. Just slices away from it.
Brings up Adam Jones, single to center. Last time up, he's 1 for 3. Career against Colome. Jones 2 for 15. 2 outs. Tying run at first.
He's been consistent with his fastball. 95, 96 miles an hour tonight.
Colome ready. Seager deep at third. 0-1.
Good pitch.
Picked up in late May from the Rays, along with Denard Span. Alex Colome. 1-1. Stopped by Zunino. Colome leading the American League in saves a year ago with 47. 37 in his breakout year as closer in the 16 season. 2-1 to Jones.
And again, a lot of fastballs early. James watching. Good night for him. 10 strikeout night for Paxton.
6th time he's gone double figures in strikeouts this season, a high of 16.
See if he tries to get him to chase a slider down out of the strike zone.
Two balls, 2 strikes to Adam Jones. 2 outs, man at first. Full count.
That was the slider. He didn't chase it. Machado waiting on deck. See if he can make a quality pitch right here and get out of the inning.
Under first, Mancini. Not a big lead right now, but he's going to be on the move. Colome, pitch to Jones, fouled off.
And with the high fastball, probably just out of the strike zone. Too close to take. James Pazos getting loose in the pen for the Mariners.
Critical time in this game, a 3-2 pitch. 2 outs, good hitter, Adam Jones. Colome deals, flips it right field, but Haniger right there. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. We go to the 9th, looking to build on this lead. It's 3-2 Seattle. Baltimore. Ben Gamble, Mike Zunino, Guillermo Heredia. Bottom third of the order against Miguel Castro. Gamble tonight is 1 for 2 with a walk. Last time up, single to left center field.
Colby Rasmus will stay in the game, play left field.
Austin Wins is the new catcher. What a 2 to Ben. Swing and a miss. He is gone, 1 down.
Edwin Diaz getting loose. There's Edwin. Picked up his 28th save last night. See if Mike can give him a little insurance right here. Little flyouts and a strikeout for Mike tonight.
Behind 0-2. Diaz comes in the 9th. He'll have 3, 4, and 5 in the order for the Orioles. 1-2 to Mike. Take.
Yep, laying off the slider.
Got a piece, just enough. Mike trying to get on track. A difficult month of June for him. Hitting just $172 in June. Here's the 2-2. There's Valencia coming in. He makes the play. Jones looked like he was stunned there. Couldn't find it. Here's Angie Menteng. Seriously, right you are. Angie, thank you. Samoa, that's impressive. Hello to the good folks out there taking in some Mariner baseball. 1-1 to Guillermo Heredia. Hard hit single to left. Ground out reaching a fielder's choice. Here comes the 2-1. 3-1.
Edwin pacing himself out in the bullpen, so he's ready to go.
Look, he looked good last night. 3-1 pitch. And there's their strike. Diaz went 1-2-3 last night. Strikeout, weak ground out, and a strikeout. 3-2 to Guillermo. Mike ready to get out there to catch Edwin Diaz for the 9th. Givens ready 3-2 to Heredia. Valencia coming in. The second baseman Scope going out. Scope makes the play. Here we go. Mariners trying to win their 24th one-run game and their 22nd comeback victory. Edwin Diaz, the Major League save leader, coming on. On for the save here in Baltimore. And coming up tomorrow, we'll see Wade LeBlanc trying to win his 4th game, going against Alex Cobb, whose season is not what he had anticipated when he came up from Tampa as a free agent.
And for Edwin, 40 appearances, 28 saves. Dave mentioned that leads the American League at 2.7 ERA. In 40 innings, 66 strikeouts, opponents hitting just 167 against him. Fastball, mid to upper 90s, will touch 100 at times. Hard slider in the middle of the lineup.
A great card to play when they got him. 28 saves, 5 ahead of Chapman. 6 ahead of Kimball.
28 saves and 17 of them one-run saves.
You know, about to make it 18 if he get through part of the order here. Major League leader. Machado 0 for 2 against him. Hit the other way. Outfield deep. Infield playing well back. Machado bounced into a double play last time up. 1-2. Here's Segura charging. Friendly hop. Throws. 1 out. So 1 away to bring up Danny Valencia. Put the Orioles in front back in the 2nd inning. Leadoff homer against Paxton, since then a walk and a strikeout. Ball 1. Back with a strike to even it up.
His best fastball so far at 98.
One to Valencia. 2-1. Kyle Seager, the offensive star tonight, has driven in all 3 Mariner runs. Solid smash, center field, Danny Valencia. Tying runs aboard, 1 out, 9th inning.
Chase Peterson going to run for him. 97 miles an hour and a solid line drive back up the middle.
Position player remaining on the Baltimore bench, Craig Gentry. Here's Mike Trumbo. Trumbo single to left and has struck out his last 2 times up. Infield a double play depth. Here comes Haniger. Good recovery. He's there. As you mentioned, Mike, he broke back, but man, did he pick up some speed coming on. Nice job.
Yeah, he covered a lot of ground. You have to respect the power of Trumbo. It's a big swing, but he hits it off the end of the bat. He breaks back, covers up enough ground, and then the sliding catch. Romero Supermo, the concentration on the sliding catch. They made a good decision by not throwing the ball to first, trying to double him up.
Yeah, salutes him. Jonathan Scope. This will do it right here. Gene Segura, flip, Gordon, game over. Mariners win it 3-2. They take the first 2 games of this series. They're now 24 and 11 in 1-run games. Their 22nd comeback win, and Diaz's 18th 1-run save.
Dominant performance by James Paxton. 7 innings, 10 strikeouts for Pax tonight. And then Kyle Seager, the 2 big hits tonight, the solo home run, and then the base hit with the bases loaded to give the Mariners the lead late in the game back in the 8th inning. Nice game for Seager.
Mariners go 18 games above 500. Good start to this 3rd leg of this East Coast swing. For Mike Blowers, I'm Dave Sims. Mariners post game presented by Alaska Airlines starts right now with Angie and Dave.